Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Northern Hockey Shack Sports Talk. To my right, we have Ian Weiss and Marcus Allen, our colleague Ryder. He couldn't make it because of work, so we're going to have to cut him from the production.
Sorry, Ryder.
Sorry, Ryder. But in hockey news this week, the Northern Capitals were in Calgary last weekend, and they lost 2 and tied 2, and we don't know the extent on how they did or how any players played, but Brett Curley and Paige Outhouse were lighting up the Twitter feeds. And
yeah, a bit of a tough journey there for them that weekend.
Yeah.
7 goals in 4 games. It's too bad.
Not the scores you hope for, but...
Yeah, exactly. But how about the Spruce Kings? Spruce Kings this weekend go on a 3-game roadie. They're headed on Friday to play the Chilliwack Chiefs, Saturday play the Langley Rivermen, and Sunday to play the Coquitlam Chiefs. So
should be at least 2 wins, I'm thinking.
You think so?
I think so.
Who do you think they're going to lose to?
I think they'll lose to Chilliwack.
You think they'll lose to Chilliwack?
Yeah, I think they would lose to Chilliwack.
Bold statement.
Bold statement.
I don't know. What do I know, though?
PG Cougars also have their home opener on Friday against the Vancouver Giants.
Fisher O'Brien versus Jake Gendron. It's going to be a battle that a lot of people are going to want to see.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see that. If you guys had to choose between one, though,
who's your franchise?
Fisher O'Brien or
who's your franchise guy? And it really comes down to the wire.
Who are you choosing, Brevin?
I think I would have to go with Gendron just because he plays defense.
Just because he's a defenseman.
Need a solid core defense.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Need a franchise defenseman.
Yeah, every team needs a good D-man.
Yeah.
Every team that wins the Stanley Cup has an elite defenseman.
At least one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and minor midgets. Man, they cleaned up this weekend, even though it was exhibitions, but...
Yeah.
3 wins in Grand Prairie. They blew them out in every game, 7-1, 6-0, and 5-1. So that's a good weekend for them.
Yeah, so they won pretty handily over Grand Prairie.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly too sure when their regular season starts, but it's got to be pretty soon here.
Yeah, so that's obviously a good start to have to their season.
Yeah.
Well, up and coming season.
Obviously the start you want.
Yeah. And then also the midget AA Bobcats. My team there went to Fort St. John over the weekend and lost 2 to Fort St. John Trackers. So first game was a loss of 3-0, and then on Sunday was another loss of 4-3. So
that's tough.
Bit of a comeback on Sunday, but just not enough to get the win. So
couldn't get that one extra goal to get a tie.
Yeah.
You hate to lose to Fort St. John. That's a rough city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like it there? Or what?
No, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan myself.
I'm not a fan of Fort St. John. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I just don't like the place.
Moving on to this weekend. Well, this Friday, I suppose, we have the West Kelowna Warriors versus the Merritt Centennials. A lot of Prince George boys playing. On West Kelowna, there's Brendan Pigeon, Mason Ritchie, Brandon Dent. Am I forgetting a name? Somebody else playing there?
No. And then for Merritt Centennials, those West K guys are against Cariboo's Alumni, Brophy Dunn. How do you think that'll match up?
I think it'll be fun for Brophy more than anything to get to play against 3 of his, 3 former Prince George players.
Mason isn't from Prince George, he's from Terrace.
No, but former Cariboo Alumni.
Oh yeah, he's former Cariboo.
Yeah. No, I think it'd be funner more on Brophy's side of anything.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
I think. Yeah.
I don't know how much Brophy played with those 3, if at all, but.
Well, Brophy's a D-man too, right?
Yeah.
So he would have never been on a line or anything. So.
Yeah. And then this weekend, Saturday Sunday matchup for the Cariboo Cougars against Thompson Blazers.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, me and Brev will be there to take in the games, and we're expecting Thompson to get absolutely smashed.
Yeah, we're expecting a lot of goals for the Cariboo Cougars. If I'll be disappointed if it's close games at all.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Should be a fun weekend of hockey.
Yeah. Should be able to see some new talent we haven't seen before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do some scouting. Maybe get a job on some NHL
Do
team.
some pre-hockey
That's good.
shack show assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be my new job. I'll just be at the rink all the time with a clipboard.
There you go.
Let us know who you guys want us to interview. If there's anyone in particular that you guys want to hear from, let us know. Maybe we can make it happen.
Yeah.
And also let us know of poutine places to go so we can get our next episode of our vlog on and we can rate some poutine and have some delicious poutine.
Can buck some good poutine.
Yeah, we want to hear you guys' recommendations, so let us know.
And that's it, boys.
Yeah,
that's all.
we'd like to thank Cariboo Hockey once again. Thanks for the hats. Thanks for helping us out with the show. And I think that's all for the Instagram Live
That's
today.
it for the Instagram Live today.
That's all tonight.
On our YouTube edition, we're going to have our guest, Graeme Lodge, cousin of mine, grew up in Fort St. James, played on the Cariboo Cougars, and won their first BC MML championship. Went on to play in Nova Scotia and play Junior B there. So he's going to be on the YouTube edition, so make sure you stay tuned for that video when it comes out.
It's going to be on SoundCloud?
Yeah, that podcast and this podcast will be on SoundCloud as well.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Check that out. It's interesting. So
Thanks for
There we
tuning
go.
in. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, now we have joining us Cariboo Alumni, played a couple years for Junior B in Nova Scotia. He won the first BC MML title for Cariboo, and he's got his cousin who also won a BC MML title with Cariboo, so we got some championship here, so like,
yeah, so that's
So-
kind of neat that you guys both were able to win that title. Was it kind of like for Marcus, for you, were you thinking about that at all going into the final game?
Yeah, of course, like obviously with the previous year, I just won the Tier 1 provincials with Brevin, and then going into the final, I just with any final was prepared and just wanted to come out with a win to get the championship. So
Graham, did you text them before or anything and say, hey, you better win? That's just a family thing.
No, I didn't. I was thinking about it though. It
Uh,
was pretty cool that, I just wanted to see him win the provincials too.
yeah,
So,
yeah, pretty cool that both our names are now on that cup. So
yeah.
yeah.
So I have a question. So, what would be the main difference you would say from playing hockey on the west over here and then to playing on the east, like in Nova Scotia?
well, it wasn't as I was pretty much done hockey after we won provincials, and I wanted to go to school in Nova Scotia and get my degree. But it worked out good because they ended up having a Junior B team in town.
Yeah.
And so I thought, didn't know anyone, I thought I'd walk on. Ended up making it, 20 buddies instantly, and so it was just more so about having fun, I guess. And it was junior too, so there's a little bit more beer involved, and we only practiced twice a week, and longest road trip there is 2 hours, so
Yeah.
yeah, it was, I wouldn't say more lax, it was definitely a little bit more rough and intense, but yeah, just a little bit more mature, I guess.
Okay.
And
Can
as
say
East
that.
Coasters all like to fight, and they all can fight, so.
Well, junior hockey, that's what I noticed, 'cause I played in the KI. So, but it's just way more rough.
Mhm.
Everyone's just stronger.
Yeah.
When they push you, it's hard being so small.
Well, especially with that East Coast mentality, hey, even when we were there for your wedding and stuff, you could just see everyone loves to party and then you bring that together with hockey, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally. No, definitely.
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to get you to say is I wanted you to get to tell us your story against the Giants when you guys won, and how they only booked a certain amount of ice time there.
Well, I don't know if that was actually true or if that's just what Grant told us to get us fired up, but we were pissed. Came in and told us that they'd only booked 2 ice times because they were going to sweep us because they're undefeated all year, right? And so we came in and we were just pissed, and we just pounded them. We just like bullied them out of their own rink.
Did you win in 2?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Oh, so you only needed 2 ice times.
Yeah, so we ended up only needing 2 anyways, I guess.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then we went on to sweep Kelowna as well, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah.
Wait, give him a shout there, buddy.
The wheels are spinning right now. One thing that I did want to ask you, I know that you had very different coaches between your first year midget and your second year midget. I want to hear a little more about that.
Okay. Well, actually, we had Brent and Grant and Brian Toll for both years, and I think it's a lot different than now. I think they might even be more old school than Sprague. But
Wow.
So old school.
yeah, and I don't know if like it was crazy. Like I don't know if the kids get bag skated anymore or.
Like,
Oh, yeah, but-
rare. Like
I
it's
don't
not
think
that
it's-
bad.
Yeah.
Or like
What was
like will they come in and like if you're having a bad game, will they come in and break shit or anything like that?
In June, like my coach in junior would do that. Like if I made a bad play, he would just ream me out. Like he kicked me off the ice one time in practice, and yeah, he was old school too.
No, I remember when we were playing Kelowna, and
Oh yeah.
and so I'm like, you know, we had a pretty big, like, I guess, reputation, and he always
Then we
expected
were
us
all
to
like-
show up to play. And then, you know, like, a lot of our guys were older, and, like, they were just playing for fun now, right? Like, we had a lot of third years.
Oh yeah, we did.
And so we're, like, losing pretty bad already in the first period. Second intermission, we go into the room, and guys are, like, joking around, just laughing, like,
And he was
and
like
then
listening
he
on
walks
the other
in,
side.
he's
of the door.
listening on the other side of the door, walks in, just fucking just absolutely
Grabs
rages.
our Gatorade cooler,
Grabs our
smashes
Gatorade
it against the wall.
Yeah,
like,
freaking like,
everything was just flying.
picks up the table, slams like basically like an RKO slam, just fucking
Yeah.
picks it up, slams it back down, took the clipboard, or not the clipboard, but the whiteboard, smashes it over the wall, piece of the clipboard like skimmed my eye. It was wild.
Yeah, and he never got mad at us because every time we played, we would always win.
Yeah.
So then when he got mad at us, and none of us knew what to do. We were
So like
oh.
when you got the chance, you took advantage. That's for
He-
sure.
I think he really scared us when he
Yeah.
got mad.
I don't think we lost again after that for a long time.
I remember we were in Kootenay and we're probably the worst team in the league that year, but they're pumping us. We were just having the most brutal game, and we had the music pumping between the second and third, and Grant did the same thing, heard it, came in, walked right over the speaker and put his foot right through that fucking speaker. And then I think it was Brennan Billy's stick, he grabbed and broke that synergy. And everyone was like, oh.
Back in
Yeah.
the Easton Synergy days.
Yeah, so Tuesday morning we didn't see one puck. It was,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that's brutal.
6 a.m. bagger.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tough
Um,
bounce.
When you were playing over in Nova Scotia, I was doing a little bit of research. I saw on Hockey Prospects, I think it was.
Elite prospects.
Elite Prospects, yeah. You had 14 playoff games played. I don't know if that's true or not, but was that all in one season or was that spread out?
It might have been spread out. I know we went in the final my last year though. We
Oh,
lost
okay.
in the final, so we had a pretty big run there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of teams in that league? Was it tough to make it?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. Usually the teams closer to Halifax were pretty good, but again, there's so many small university towns that I bet half our team wasn't even from the town I was going to school at. They were just kids going to university who were kind of in the same boat as me. So it was still pretty good hockey, but again, it was like, it wasn't as serious. It was practice a couple times a week, maybe a game, and half the time the bus dropped us off at the bar on the way home.
They had a good bus driver.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Fort St. James?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So was there, you played obviously hockey in Fort St. James, right?
Yeah.
And did you have any buddies that went on to like play hockey at a junior level or anything like that? Or were you more or less the only one?
No, there's a few. Probably the one who went the farthest would have been a guy named Rigby Burgart. He went and he was 16 and he started out in junior B and fought his way up through the ranks and played a 1-year junior B, then played for Quesnel, then he went to the Hitmen and won a Memorial Cup with them. And then in his last year he went back down to Quesnel, but he had a tryout with San Jose and he went pretty far, yeah.
Just a scrapper.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
Just tell
One
us
of the
about
funny memories I remember, we had a water boy, Josh Doherty, and we were in the final against Kelowna, and their team had a water boy too. And they started chirping each other, and they had to be like 11 or 12, and they actually got in a full-on fight. We were watching him, like, cheering him on, and he's just like, going at it with this other water boy. Yeah, it was a proud moment. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it got us pretty fired up to see that.
That'd be unreal. You see your water boy beating the shit out of someone.
Did he come out as a winner or what?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, we had just more on the old school side. I remember Grant, he was so old school. I remember it was like a month before playoffs, and we usually had team meetings every Saturday morning. And he called this meeting.
I think I know this one.
And he he told us, he's like, "Okay guys, like, I'm sorry to tell you, but everyone has to dump their girlfriends before playoffs." We're all like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you have to dump your girlfriends. I coached before, and 1 year I had an all-star, and he got dumped right before playoffs, and he shit the bed the whole playoffs. So I can't let that happen to anyone." He's dead serious. Yeah. He said they can wait.
So
what ended up happening? Like, did that go through?
No. We probably told him we did, but if we were smart, we would have listened to him. But but no.
I mean, I guess it was kind of good if you had a good excuse to get out of one. Though.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah.
Sorry, my coach doesn't want me seeing me anymore.
Yeah, but the coach says like.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do. Just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. What do kids do on the bus now? Do you guys just go on your phones?
Nah, like sometimes we would play phones or like on our phones or sleep.
I remember a lot of the time we would play Mario Kart on Nintendo.
Oh yeah, we'd all have our DS's.
Like
Then we'd all have Mario Kart.
Yeah.
We'd have like the
Mario Kart racing game.
Yeah,
and then
but
they
it's
would
like
all connect together.
yeah, we'd all connect and we'd all be playing against each other.
It would get pretty intense.
And then like other than that, there'd be you'd just talk to someone a lot. Like
Played
you
cards
just
a few
like
times.
sit down with someone and then talk to them for like an hour.
Yeah. I know. So there's some like a lot of the older guys that I played with played some games like fucking. I don't even know what they're called. You just run at each other and clash on the bus.
Oh,
You guys ever used to play any roughhousing games like that? Anything like that?
No, but I remember we'd have scrums. Scrums on
we'd
the bus
always
if
have
guys
bus scrums.
if guys were fighting over a seat in the back or something.
yeah.
And you'd have a
Everyone
big
would
scrum
jump in.
to like see who wins the seat
Yeah,
basically.
there'd be people climbing over seats.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't have anything to do with you, but it'd give you like an excuse to do something.
Yeah, I remember like my first year, Perps and Reed Perpluck and one of the Mazers brothers went at it, and that was a fight to see, man. Like, two big bodies going at it.
Yeah, we used to do that in the back where they have the two chairs that face each other, so it's some more room.
Yeah.
And we'd have wrestling matches for like 4 hour, like it'd be like a tournament.
Yeah.
And then we played a lot of poker.
Yeah.
And then
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Northern Hockey Shack. Be sure to listen or watch it on YouTube or SoundCloud, and also check out our new website. And thank you for tuning in, and from all of us here at the Shack, stay squarely PG.